Good morning. You listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Scott Sandlin, the Executive Vice President of Shaw's residential business. Scott, how you doing?
Good, Kemp. Summer has come roaring in this week, and it's nice and hot here in Dalton. Hope you are doing well.
I'm doing fine. Yeah, we had our summer solstice. That means the daylight hour is starting to get a little shorter now, and all the shows are over. It's a little bit of a pivot point. I know traditionally the industry takes vacation around July 4th, right?
I'm not, but traditionally the industry does, but the industry has changed a lot. So I think those days have shifted a little bit.
I appreciate you getting on with me today. I wanted to talk to you about your decision to close your Decatur, Tennessee carpet manufacturing facility. Before we get to that, though, tell us, how's business?
You know, Kemp, it actually, June has been a little better than it was trending probably earlier in the spring. So retail has come back a little bit, but still off for us, probably high single digit. Probably the surprise is multifamily is very healthy, and builder is a little stronger than we anticipated. I think some of the home center business, you can read their reports. They're off the euphoric highs of COVID. That market's probably down the most, but overall, I would say June has ticked up a little bit and shows some signs of improvement.
Actually, run through some estimates we've got. Those three primary segments, residential replacement, as you say, off 8 or 9%, but still better than the 19 levels. And then you've got the builder market, which, we just ran the news this week that the May numbers for builder were way up 20%. So it's starting to actually turn up a little bit, which is good news. And commercial still has a healthy backlog, so it's doing okay. So, business overall, according to Santo, is probably off 3 or 4%.
Yeah, I would think, and I did not mention our commercial business, which we're very proud of and a leader there. So commercial is really good. And so I think that's a good one for you to add.
I want to talk about this Decatur plant. Before we get to that, though, we just, did our May issue. And in the May issue, we point out Shaw's, and of course, these are our estimates, but your U.S. sales at wholesale value are around $6 billion. And we've got $3.1 billion of that as carpet. So it's a little more than half of your business if you roll up both commercial and residential, with resilient being right behind that. So carpet's pretty important for Shaw Industries, right?
Kemp, if I had any key message we're talking this morning, is carpet is vital to Shaw Industries and to our customers, most importantly for our customers. And we are approaching it with as much energy as I've ever felt us. And I've been here a while. So, yes, it's critical to our future.
Now, this facility that you're closing in Decatur, Tennessee, I think was opened all the way back in the 70s. And there's been a little bit of shift in this business, brought about partly because of new competition building these mega plants. And the whole process of doing yarn at one place and doing tufting at another and finishing at another, that's kind of an archaic design. Aren't you moving more toward bigger plants that do more processes?
Kemp, we are to a certain extent. I think you got to be careful with that. And your history would tell you have to be careful with that with your days with SI. When you have a mega plant, you're one catastrophe away from being out of business. So we still are going to balance our facilities. Kemp, if I could say about Plant 10, first of all, we have tremendous empathy for our 300 plus associates. As a leader, that's some of the toughest, hardest night's sleep that you can have when stuff like that's happening. But also as a leader, you got to look towards the future, and you've got to really shift to where the consumer is heading. It's a tough decision, and I just want to comment on how proud I am of all the people that get engaged. We are a family here, and you know that. We get people engaged in every aspect of this and really work hard to find roles for these folks, whether they're inside our company or whether they're inside other great companies, in this case, in East Tennessee.
Okay, so you're continuing to invest in being a leader in the carpet business, and it's just in other facilities, and this one didn't fit anymore, right?
No, it just wasn't a perfect match for where the consumer's going. As a matter of fact, I think you know this. We're making our largest investments we've ever made in carpet. And you'll be happy to hear this. We're going to make the largest investments we've ever made in our brands to help us drive carpet and really focus on the share wallet for carpet. I think we've got a flaw in this industry that is innate that we have to change. And the consumer is, when we're doing this consumer research, very seldom, if ever, does the consumer say they want cheap, ugly carpet. They want higher style carpet that is functional and durable and pet resistant, and we're really focused on that share of wallet, regardless of the number of units that we sell.
So do you think that the loss of share of carpet is about where it's going?
You know, Kemp, I don't know. I mean, we model several scenarios because you got to be ready for all of them. I think the trajectory would say no, but I think it's all how we respond. I go back to my last statement. If we give the consumer what they want in carpet, I think the number could be leveling off. If we don't, I don't think it will level off. I think it'll continue to erode. If we don't stay laser focused on driving our brands, and part of our residential strategy here at Shaw, we are going to elevate and refine carpet. And we're going to do that with a market-driven, outside-in approach for our customers. Carpet is vital to our core customers, and that being specialty retailers. And that's why we're going to invest. That's why we're going to shift plant where we have to and invest in the future of this category. And hopefully you can hear it in my voice. I'm as excited about what we're doing in carpet at Shaw right now of anything we've got on the go.
Yeah, in the last 5 years, Shaw Industries has invested $1.5 billion in the carpet business. So you definitely are continuing to update and modernize what you're doing, right?
Yeah, Kemp, and that's really, I mean, our leadership and our ownership model allows us to do that. We can look at the long term, and we can invest for the long term. Now we have to get a return. I mean, it's part of running the business, and we have to get the appropriate return, and that's what we're focused on.
So, Scott, what's your outlook for the rest of the year?
You know, I think it will be good. The builder multifamily business this summer has been better, so that gives us some momentum well into August, or it should. And then I think the consumer is still in that mode of fixing up their home. One thing you know, Kemp, services are rocking right now, whether it's travel or the hospitality industry. And I think that'll subside as summer ends. And I personally think consumers will get back in the mode this fall, as they typically do, of fixing up the homes for the holidays.
Okay, Scott. Well, I appreciate you spending time with us and telling us about this decision in Decatur and your continued focus on carpet. You've been talking to Scott Sandlin, Executive Vice President of Shaw's Residential Business, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.